What's good, YouTube? Dmgaming here, guys. I'm drugged, guys. I woke up to a panic attack this morning, and I still had to do my paper route, and I still have to go to school. I just scheduled for a half day off so I can get this medicine time to take effect. So please bear with me today. I'm trying to get there. All right, guys. Today I want to talk about the very high potential. I'm not gonna say very high. I'm going to talk about the potential that DLC 2 and the free update could potentially be dropping together. So before we get into that, guys, if you are new to the channel, please click that subscribe button. Click the bell icon to turn on all notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Like, comment, share the video with as many people as possible. So I'm here on the Steam files, of course, and starting off with update 1.30, update 1.4, DLC 1, DLC 2. Now, I've said a while back that the DLCs, part 1 and part 2, they're really together, guys. They're supposed to go together. I mean, obviously, it's a part 1 and a part 2. One question that I had, I remember President Rose asking me, do I believe that how are we going to be able to achieve Super Saiyan God? I was like, well, Super Saiyan Blue. I was like, we more likely have to continue training with Whis. And he was like, but Whis is in the other DLC, so how would that work? And what I told him is more than likely they'll combine the two DLCs in a way that you'll be able to access Beerus's planet still, as well as train with Whis and can pick up Thread. And I've talked about that in the video as well, where you're able to pick up that training. That's what I believe that we'll be able to do. And then through Whis's portal, you basically go into DLC 2, and what DLC 2 is, what I speculate, I believe that it's going to be open to the entire world map, and we'll be able to go to off-world locations, stuff like that. You might say, well, DM, why didn't they do that in DLC 1? Because once again, I believe they go together. Okay, now had they released at the same time, it probably would have been like that. You go to planet Earth. Planet Earth is a little bit different because Frieza's coming, or the soldiers, or whatever like that. You can go to off-Earth locations and be able to go to Beerus's planet through that. That's the way that I kind of believe. So think the way that Kakarot is now, but the DLC is the same way, only it's separate. I mean, you have a separate world map and all of that through the DLC. That way it doesn't tie into the game. And you may ask, why did they do it like that? I don't know. My speculation is that by making it a separate entity, you don't have to worry about like DLC stuff messing with the main game stuff, if you will. That's just my speculation. But what we have here is a depot, and what they've done, this was back on the 27th of August, they removed all of the DLC 1. Now, they moved it. I don't know where they moved it. More than likely, guys, they combined it with the other stuff. The reason you're not seeing what it's combined to is because they don't want you to know. This is my speculation. Some of y'all know this stuff better than I do. Please feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. But I think they're combining DLC 1 with DLC 2. So, and if that's true, then that goes along with my theory that they're basically going to be one cohesive thing. So say, for example, we go into DLC 2, we'll be able to access training with Whis. We'll be able to access Beerus's planet. We'll still be able to fight Beerus, still be able to fight Whis, as long as do the DLC 2 stuff. So whenever I say that I believe that DLC 2 is bigger than DLC 1, I'm saying that with the evidence that's in the game, that if they do come together, you'll be able to access dual content at the same time. You get what I'm saying? Plus, guys, you got to understand this. You can't buy DLC 1 by itself. You can't buy DLC 2 by itself. In order to get DLC 2, you got to buy DLC 1. Now, in order to get DLC 1, you had to have the season pass. And on the Japanese website, it talked about early access to DLC 1 for season pass players. That's why I told y'all that they were really planning on releasing them together. Okay, so it's gonna be some pretty good content once the two come together. But I thought that this was very interesting that they moved this, they changed depots. So they took all the DLC 1 stuff out, and they're basically, I believe, merging it with DLC 2. Now, the interesting thing, guys, if you ever on here and you see this, the little microphone, those are patch notes. But of course, when you click on it, there's nothing there. They're not going to show you those patch notes. Otherwise, you'd know what they were working on. Okay. Last update was 5 hours ago. And they're still messing around with depots and stuff like that. But what I thought was interesting is here, they're still working on 1.3. Now, they says DLC 2 done. I believe DLC 2 is done. Now, here's the catch, guys. There's always an update that comes before the DLC drops to sort of prep the game for the DLC. They don't show those particular updates here on this screen. Like the only one they had was 1.10. They had the one for DLC 1. They had the one for I think the Time Machine. They had one for Tao Papa Log. Like these are major updates. These aren't those small updates, those quality of life type updates and things like that. So if you're seeing these updates on here, these are significant updates to the game. So don't be surprised if in the coming weeks you get an update. Oh no, okay, if that update is, you know, that update might be, what was the last update? 1.2? It may be like 1.23 or something like that, and it's just preparation for the DLC. You know, these two are basically going to be combined. 30 and 1.30 and 1.40, I believe, are going to be combined. Now, what's in 1.40? I believe it could be like the free card battle stuff, the big updates of the free game. What's in 1.30? I believe that's DLC 2. Here's the thing though. Bandai has yet to show anything about the card game on their website. So as far as America knows, without the V-Jump, there is no free update coming to Kakarot. Now we know that there is. Why? Because we saw the V-Jump, but they're not talking about that on their social media sites. So aside from the V-Jump, we would not have any knowledge of that. You get what I'm saying here in the States. Now it's possible that they could start talking about it and they could start rolling it out, because guys, remember with Trunks' Time Machine, they advertised that very little. They didn't advertise that a lot at all. And the fact that we saw the cards battle being talked about in the V-Jump back in freaking May or something like that. Like it's been some months that they initially talked about that. So probably even before that. But I think that that's interesting that if this is true, that these two are two big deals, because every 10 is some kind of big content to the game. 1.10 was something big, you know. 1.20 was the Tao Papa log, and then we have 1.30 and 1.40. This is content stuff, guys. So I'm really thinking that this is one of two things. Either number one, it's the big update along with DLC 2, or it could be that the 1.4 could simply be how they're going to merge DLC 1 with DLC 2. These are all possibilities, and none of it is confirmed. None of it is known 100%. This is purely speculation based off of what we're seeing, but what we're seeing is something is clearly going on. These two, 1.30 and 1.40, are not quality of life updates, guys. These are some significant changes to the game. And me and President Rose did speculate a while back that it would be cool, and I've said it many times, it would be really cool and it would be better for the release of DLC 2 if they released it alongside the big update, because then you're going to draw an influx of people into the game right before the holiday season, before we get into November and stuff like that. People are going to be buying the game. The game's on sale right now, so they're driving sales. They're trying to drive up sales going into the holiday season, because it's going to be a little bit tough and rocky when that time comes. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. Let me know what y'all think. If you like the video, hit that like button, guys. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. I really don't give a crap. Anyway, this is some interesting stuff, and I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions on it, because we don't know what's in these things, 1.30 and 1. But they're clearly working on both of them together. So like I said, my belief is that it's one of two things: either the free update and the DLC, or what we're seeing is them basically merging the two DLCs together, so that when you play it, it feels like a larger experience. You're able to access Whis' training and stuff like that, guys, because you have to understand this with DLC 2. They build it, yes, but if they're going to tie it in with DLC 1, they're going to have to take DLC 1 and update it as well. They're going to have to update the dialogue. They're going to have to update Beerus. They're going to have to update Whis' teleportation thing to be able to take you to different locations like Earth or whatever, or the next DLC. So those things are going to have to be opened back up and worked on, and that could very well be what this stuff was down here at the bottom that we saw, was them basically taking it out of the depot to work on it, to fix it, change it, add it to 1.30, 1.40, whatever. Time will tell, guys. Time will tell. But that's all I got for right now, y'all. I'm not feeling well, so I'm gonna get off of here. Try to get me a quick nap in before I go into work, guys. I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Have the best day that you can. Till next time, y'all. Thanks for watching. Peace.